to our first technical session, that is on overview of PMFME scheme guidelines, objectives, capacity building framework and its implementation. Dear participants, if you have any question during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We will bring them after the end of the session. Now, without further delay, we will proceed to our first technical session. For this session, we have with us Dr. V.R. Sineja ma'am, Professor and Head, FPBIC, NIFTM Tanjavur and PMFME Coordinator. I would quickly introduce ma'am to you. She did PhD and MTech in post-harvest engineering degree in agriculture and food engineering from the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. She was awarded with the National Doctoral Fellowship by AICTE New Delhi for carrying her research work. She has more than 18 years of teaching and research experience in the field of food processing. Her research works have been published as a paper in more than 79 peer-reviewed journals, 20 popular articles, 5 book chapters, and more than 85 international and national conference proceedings and 3 patents. As a head of the Food Processing Business Incubation Center, she has coordinated more than 500 skill development training programs on daily basis. 120 budding entrepreneurs have successfully set up their food processing businesses through the skill development program and consultancy services of FPBIC. I welcome you, ma'am, in this and thank you for accepting our invitation. The session is over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Priya. So once again, on behalf of NIFTM team, welcoming you all to the first technical session on PMFME scheme guidelines. So before I move to the scheme guidelines, let me briefly introduce about our Indian food processing sector to you all. I'm sure that you may be aware about all these aspects because most of you are from the state level technical institutes nominated by the state nodal agencies. So as far as the food and grocery market in India is concerned, it is the 6th largest in the world, which is contributing nearly 10.6% of the gross value in our agricultural sector, and which is employing 19% of the total workforce in the country. And also food processing industry is ranked as the 5th one in our country, 5th largest industry in our country. And if we see the major segments in the Indian food processing sector, mainly dairy processing, fruits and vegetable processing, food grains or marine or oil seeds or meat and poultry, whatever it is, we are there as the number 1 or number 2 in the global level, or at least within the first 5 ranks, whatever sector we are taking. Okay, but coming to the global share, where we are standing. So for example, if the fruits and vegetable sector, we have seen that we are the number 2 after China in the production. But when it comes to the global share, our contribution is very less, only 1.2% or 1.6% in the case of fruits and vegetables. What, Priya, my voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Whereas the countries where they are producing very meager amounts, but if you see their global contribution, they are far ahead than us. Okay, but at least for the food grain production, like in the global share, we are a little bit okay with the 28.2%, but still we can move further. And also the spices, though we are known as the spices, land of spices, but our share is only 18%, where we can shine even better. So why there is a lacuna, even though we are producing very high, where we are lacking? If we see the processing conditions in our country, state-wise also, except 1 or 2 states, all other states processing capacity is very meager. You can see here Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu are having 2-digit numbers coming to the processing side, but all other states like you see Karnataka, UP, Gujarat, all are with the single digits only. So if you see the entire status, grains we are processing okay up to 40%, but other things, fruits and vegetables less than 2%, meat less than 5%, beverages 6%, dairy okay, at least 15% processing is there. So we need to move further. If you see the consumption pattern of other countries like Germany, they are 72% they are consuming the processed products, whereas raw products only 8% is there. Processed and semi-processed foods are like they are capturing the market in the developed countries like Germany, China, US and all, whereas in our country 50% we are going for the raw foods and remaining 50% only consists of the processed and semi-processed food. But as per a survey conducted by KPMG, it was shown that by 2025 there will be a huge jump in the processed food industry in India also. So why we are lacking here? Because most of our processing sector lays with these micro food processing enterprises. Nearly 25 lakh micro food processing enterprises are there in the unorganized and unregistered sector. They are contributing more than 23% of the processed food in our country. If you see, we are the second largest MSME base in the world itself. So nearly in this micro food processing enterprises, nearly 66% of them are in the rural areas and 80% of this, it is the family owned businesses. So where they are lacking or what are the challenges these micro food processing enterprises are in the unorganized sector, what they are facing? First thing is the lack of productivity due to the limited skills and access to the modern technologies. Most of them I mentioned earlier, like they are cottage level industries, family owned businesses like that, they are continuing from their ancestors. So they may not be having the latest technologies or they may not be aware about the latest skills, and then they may not be having that latest regulatory requirements which they need for a particular product. They are not aware about that one. They don't have the options for the financial support like bank loan systems, or they don't know how to get the credits, and they don't have the ability to interact with the supply chain also. And the major lacuna is the lack of branding and marketing facilities which these small scale people, okay. So these are the challenges the Indian micro food processing sector is facing. So to overcome this, if we empower our micro food processing sector, we can increase the global market for the local food product, we can reduce the food wastage and promote the waste to wealth products in the entire food supply chain and create more value-added products in the food processing firms which can compete in the global market. So like that, we can combine the entrepreneurial talents with the increasing market for diversified Indian food products. That is the one of the slogan like vocal for local, which was there initially when we introduced this PMFME scheme. So whatever it is, there is a bright future for the food industries, food processing industries, because with the spending capacity of an average Indian middle class person, it is anticipated to be double by 2025, and the changes in the lifestyle of average Indian citizens due to the rapid urbanizations, employed women and the changing family systems. People wanted to enjoy, or they wanted to have more free time, they wanted to travel, and their income status also enhanced. So they wanted to go for ready to eat or ready to cook items, because when women are also going for work, they don't have time to waste in the kitchen. So if they get a ready to eat item or ready to cook item, they will be more happy to go for it, okay. So nowadays we can see that almost all the branded food items are available even in the village scale also, okay. So there is a need for empowering our micro food processing enterprises. With this aim only, our Ministry of Food Processing Industries has launched this scheme, that is Prime Minister's formalization of micro food processing enterprises in our country in the year 2020 June, and almost it's now the 4th year is running. And the scheme objective is to have increased access to credit by the existing micro food processing entrepreneurs as well as the groups like farmer producer organizations, self-help groups, cooperatives, etc. They should have the increased access for the professional and technical support, and also they can have their skill sets enhanced by the various institutions, training and research institutions in the food processing sector. So we need to strengthen that type of institutions who can offer various types of skill development training activities to our budding entrepreneurs or the already existing entrepreneurs, and also creation of some common services like common processing centers, common storage facilities, common lab facilities, so that the producers can access these common facilities for processing or testing or storing or for marketing their products. Okay, so the aim of this scheme is to support or to transform at least 2 lakh micro food processing enterprises out of this 25 lakhs spread across our country. At least 2 lakhs should be upgraded to the formalized manner. Okay. So coming to the scheme features, initially it was proposed this one district, one product approach, which was very well captured the attention of the people, and the entire state has marked in different districts based on the availability of that major product which is available, or the major crop which is there in the district. And this now, though this ODOP is not there in the scheme for sanctioning the loan and all, but still this approach is a very good approach for making our local product popularized in national level and also to the global level. And total outlay of this PMFME scheme is 10,000 crores for the 5-year span of period from 2021 to 24-25, and in that 10% is earmarked for the northeastern states, and also some special coverage for the SC/ST people activities state-wise, and also for supporting the groups like farmer producer organizations, self-help groups, as well as the cooperatives for provision of their common services. Okay, and coming to the funding pattern for northeastern states, actually this scheme is like a centrally sponsored scheme, but it is with the cooperation of the state or union territory governments also. So center will be providing 90% financial assistance in the case of northeastern states, and 10% will be contributed by the state government. Whereas the other states, it will be like 60-40. 60 will be from the central government and 40 will be from the respective state governments. And what are the benefits of this PMFME scheme? So under this PMFME scheme, you can apply for a new business venture or new setup, starting a new processing unit, or even you can upgrade your existing micro units. So for both the things, you will be getting a credit linked subsidy of at the rate of 35%, and this limit is like rupees 10 lakhs for the individual beneficiaries. Okay, that is the case of individual beneficiary. Either your existing thing you can upgrade, or you can start a new food processing business also. And then also there is a credit linked subsidy for groups also, like FPOs, SSGs and cooperatives. Here there is a ceiling of up to 3 crores. Here also subsidy percentage is 35%. And then for the self-help groups, there is a special provision, like they can also apply for this 35% subsidy. Apart from that, they are having a seed capital option for the individual members of this self-help groups, where the self-help group should be registered under the National Rural Livelihood Mission, NRL. Okay, so up to 40,000 rupees per head it can be availed as the seed capital for buying some basic gadgets or something for starting their ventures. This option is also there. And then another important feature is support for establishing the common infrastructures like common processing centers, common testing centers, common storage facilities like that. 100% support for establishing these common incubation centers by this scheme. And also another very important aspect of the scheme is this marketing and branding support. 50% grant is offered by this scheme for the marketing and branding support for the products which are developed by this individual states or like a group or their state level. You can go for marketing and branding scheme, because marketing and branding is very, very important for the promotion of your products. Everybody is developing the product, but how many products are having a sustainable market? Because you have to compete with this international as well as already branded companies. So to compete with them, you should have an attractive marketing strategy. You should have your own branding strategy. Then only you can sustain in the market. Now coming to this support to individuals as well as group micro enterprises. First we will see the individual enterprises to fill up the credit gaps of these unformalized units by providing credit linked subsidy and to provide the institutional support for the technology upgradation, research as well as the training. So who all can apply? Any individual can apply under this individual enterprises, and they should complete 18 years, and they actually I told many of these micro food enterprises are family owned business. So from one family, one applicant can only submit under this scheme. And this scheme, it can be for starting a new thing, or it can be for the expansion or upgradation of the existing thing also. So the support is like 35% subsidy. For example, if you are submitting a proposal for 30 lakhs, the entire project proposal is for 30 lakhs, means that 10% should be the contribution from the individual or the promoter of that scheme. That means how much should be there? 3 lakhs should be from the individual contribution, and 10 lakh you will get as the subsidy from the government. So it is like 13, then remaining 17 lakhs you can get as the term loan from the banks also. And now out of the total project cost permissible, like 30% of the total project cost can be for the technical civil work for your plant and machinery part of it also. So this for group also same thing, but there the ceiling is up to 3 crores. So maximum you can submit up to 10 crore projects, so that you will get a subsidy of 3 crores. Okay, and 10% on contribution from these groups, FPO or SSG or cooperative, whatever it is. Okay, so it can be like for a common infrastructure, or it can be for value chain development, or it can be for establishing some processing lines, or any type of activities. Okay, so and in this case, actually in both these cases, for preparing a detailed project report, when you apply for this scheme, you have to apply it online, and you can get the assistance for preparing this detailed project report also from the sanctioned amount. Like for in this case, groups can avail up to 50,000 for preparation of this DPR also. Okay, now how to apply? Whether it is individual units or common groups, you have to apply it online. For applying it online, what you need to do? First, you have to go to the PMFME website from our ministry. Then you can go to the registration link. First, you have to sign up. Sign up by giving your options. Either you are an individual beneficiary or you are a group beneficiary. Then give your name, email ID, mobile number, address, and all these details. And then you register. And once you register, then you go to this PMFME screen, and there you put your username and password, and then you enter into the site, and then you can submit your application. Like a DPR you can submit, and then for preparation of this DPR, you can take the help of the district resource persons, which I will be showing later on. Like in each district, there will be some district resource persons. They will be there to support you, handhold you till you establish your food processing business at your respective districts. Okay. Now, so this is the individual or the group beneficiaries who can avail 35% credit linked subsidy for starting your new venture or for upgradation of your existing processes, existing industry. Okay. Now the other option is support for marketing and branding. This marketing and branding support it is provided for the groups to develop a common brand or a common packaging or a common product standardization. So who all are eligible? Any groups or at the state level, you can approach through your state nodal agencies. Even cooperatives can apply, or any private entities, they can also apply for this marketing and branding option. So the cost sharing pattern is 60:40 ratio. Sender will bear 60% and 40% share will be from the state. And so this all funds, whatever you are getting for this marketing and branding, it should be dedicated. There should be a dedicated bank account for this one, and all the audited statements to be submitted as per the GOI GFR 2017. And here also you can go for up to 5 lakhs for preparation of a detailed project report for the marketing and branding. Okay. In the other case, it is 50,000. Here for marketing and branding, you can go up to 5 lakhs. So what are the eligibility criteria? Government or state entities, any state entities including special purpose vehicles or state level rural livelihood mission, anybody can submit. Okay, even SNA themselves can submit the application for their common state branding, like product under a common name, under the entire state will be having the same brand. Okay. So minimum project duration, if it is a government entity, it is 1 year, and if it is a private entity, that minimum duration is 2 years. And the project cost, like it should not be more than 50% of the 3 years average project turnover. That is the same case for even the private industries. So the individual agencies, government or private, even they can submit more than one proposal also. So existing state brands may also be utilized for the common marketing and branding purpose also. Now the fund release pattern is like initial 35, actually it will be like under 3 spells. First installment 35%, under that 17.5% share of the central and 17.5% share of the state owners. That should be put together, and then the bank account statement should be shown, and the proof that owner's share is spending from the dedicated account, and applicant must demonstrate the net worth equal to their contribution in the proposal. So once you submit all these uses after first installment, then you will get the next 35%, that is the second installment. So 35 plus 35, 70%. Then after utilization of the first installment, a chartered accountant and the SNA should certify that this should be, all these accounts should be registered under the PFMS, and then you have to give the utilization certificate. SNA will, state nodal agency will verify this utilization certificate, and then you can go for the last installment, that is the third and final installment, that is 30%. So 15% from PMFME and 15% from the owner's contribution. So same thing applicable here. After spending the expenditure, you have to show the PFMS details, utilization certificate and the chartered account certificate, SNA certificate, everything you need to submit. So this is the funding pattern. The like 3 spells you will be getting this fund, 35, 35, 30. And then the application and funding procedure, first you have to approach the state nodal agency. Your application should be submitted. Individuals or the group should submit your application to the state nodal agency, and then there is a state level approval committee, SLAC. This approval committee will approve this proposal, and then it will be forwarded to the project executive committee. And this, after approval, getting approval from the project executive committee, it will be going to the interministerial empowered committee, and then you will be getting the sanction order. Okay, so what are the components you can put under this marketing and branding? First thing, it can be a logo design, a package design, a trademark registration, or even you can go for a product standardization, a market study, or a packaging material, or it can be a warehouse or a storage facility. Then institutional linkages for developing this one, that cost also can be included. Then enrolling a third party vendors for this marketing and advertisement, all those things, and any promotional activities for promoting your product, whether it can be an offline activity or an online activity, or any training which you need for sales persons or for marketing this one, any particular training is needed for these people, that also can be covered under this marketing and branding component. So anything which will help your product to get branded and popularized, that components you can add under this marketing and branding. Okay. Then what are the other support for strengthening of your institutions? Here only comes the various capacity building activities, like various levels of training. Actually, these trainings we are planning under this framework. There are under Ministry of Food Processing Industries, 2 NIFTAMs are there, NIFTAM Tanjavur and NIFTAM Kundli. They serve as the national level apex institutions for imparting this training. So they will be organizing the master level, master trainers training online. Mainly NIFTAM Kundli will be focusing on the EDP training, and NIFTAM Tanjavur will be concentrating on the food specific domains. All the actually here we are offering the trainings under 9 food domains, like fruits and vegetable, grains, then meat and poultry, fish, dairy, even minor forest producers, spices and plantation crops, like 9 various food domains we are offering the trainings. Okay. So once this state level nodal agency will nominate the master trainers for that particular domain, we will be offering the trainings, and the third party, that is the FICCI will be evaluating your performance, and then they will be conducting the examination, and based on that performance you will be qualified as the master trainers. So once you qualified as the master trainer, then you can train the district level trainers in your respective state. Okay. So after this district level trainers, their also evaluation will be there, and then once they qualified as the district level trainers, they can then train the beneficiaries in their respective districts. Okay. So this is the way this will be from the top to bottom. This training approaches will be like this. And then I mentioned earlier also, there is one key person, that is the district resource person. Every district, depending upon the size of the district, there will be 1 or 2 or 3, or sometimes in some big districts they may be having 5 to 6 district resource persons. These district resource persons are the key persons who will help the micro enterprises to apply for this PMFME scheme, prepare the DPR, making the bank loan available, everything, full support by this district resource persons, and they will be helping you till you register all these required licenses, like FSSAI or Udyamada registration, that MSME registration, whatever required registrations to bring you to the formalized sector. These district resource persons will be helping you. So this is the role of the district resource person, like helping the applicant in filling the application, sanctioning the loan, and then training of the applicant, hand-holding support, formalization of their enterprises. Like they will be getting a remuneration from the state nodal agency, that is per successful application this district resource person will be getting rupees 20,000. This will be in 2 installments he will be getting. First installment of 10,000 rupees will be released after sanctioning of the bank loan, and the remaining 50% once you officially start your industry, register all these things, GST, FSSAI, Udyoga, other registrations, all those things you finish, then he will be getting the remaining 10,000. So you need not pay any money to the district resource persons. They will be getting a honorarium of 20,000 under this scheme itself. Okay. So district resource persons also trained for these various scheme related details, credit related details, registration, licensing, FSSA, business registration, marketing, all these aspects will be given to the district resource persons training also. Then district level trainers eligibility, there also food processing domain as well as EDP trainers are available. There may be slight variations in this eligibility criteria depending upon the state's problems. So then for them also online or offline trainings, these master trainers can offer this training, and they also will be assessed by a third party like FIXI. And then another option is directly this district level committee is their approval committee. Once they recommend some beneficiary for this credit linked subsidy, both individual beneficiaries or group beneficiaries, they can avail this training of 24 hours either on EDP or food processing domains, and this training will be provided by the district level trainers, and SNA may engage their state level rural livelihood mission experts also for imparting this training. Minimum batch size 20 to 30. And there also will be some cost fixed for this training also. So there is a portal developed by NIFTM Tanjavur for this PMFME scheme. I'll show you that portal also. So under that portal, you can see there is a space for this district resource persons. Once you select the state and the district, then the list of district resource persons with their email IDs and phone numbers will be available, so you can get the details and you can connect to them for any scheme related activities also. I'll show you the website also. All the details are there in the portal, PMFME portal. So there is what is the management or the architecture at the state level? There will be a state nodal department who will be responsible for implementing this scheme in the state. So for example, in Tamil Nadu, it is Agricultural Marketing and Agribusiness Department, and then the state nodal agency, Commissionerate of Agricultural Marketing and Agribusiness Chennai, and state level training institute will be Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. Similarly, like individual states will be having their own state nodal agencies and state level technical institutions, and then under the district there will be a district level committee chaired by the district collector, and this is a small comparison with other scheme like PMEGP, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Scheme. So when we compare these schemes, one good provision here is convergence with other schemes. Like if you have already availed some other scheme like PMEGP or something, now PMFME also you can avail. There is an option for convergence with other schemes in the case of PMFME. That is the most added advantage of this scheme, and there is no minimum eligibility criteria like 8th pass, 10th pass, nothing like that. And subsidy level is also 35%. That is compared to this also, the maximum subsidy level is 35%. Okay. So if you have, and actually there was one more component. Now it is, for the time being, it is stopped. That is the Common Incubation Center. Under this Common Incubation Center, any entities, either the government or private entities, can apply for this Common Incubation Facility, where you will be getting an amount of 2.75 crores for setting up of this common incubation facility along with a small testing facility of 25 lakhs plus 1 crore for the building provision if you don't have an existing building for the incubation. But this this component is temporarily we stopped from the ministry. But so far there are 76 such incubation centers sanctioned already under the scheme, and it is allotted to various states under different locations, and every incubation center is now coming into the final shape, and some incubation centers are already started functioning. The idea behind is that the people, the farmers or any self-help group or any producers, they can come with their raw material to this common incubation center, process it and convert it into various value-added products, pack it, and then they can go for the marketing of these products. If they don't have the processing facility initially, or if they don't have the investment provisions initially, then they can make use of this common incubation facility. That is the idea behind this common incubation center. But anyway, now that scheme has been closed. Thus, that component only closed. We don't know. Sometimes maybe next year it may open also. So we are not sure about that one. Okay. Now there is various websites where you can get all the scheme details. Our Niftam Tanjavur website is also there. And then any call center numbers are also there. Any doubt means you can call this call centers also. So I'll show you the Niftam Tanjavur portal for this PMFME scheme. Is the screen visible, Priya?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, this is actually Niftam Tanjavur website. If you click Niftam Tanjavur in the Google, you will get this website. Okay. In this website, you can see here on the right hand corner, this PMFME scheme is there. So you click here, then the PMFME portal will be seen. Okay. This is the official portal for PMFME. Here you can see various options like capacity building, incubation, training, ODOP, webinars, all those things. Scheme guidelines also here. So you can see here like how many master trainers are qualified under food domain and EDP. If you want the details, you can click here. Similarly, how many active district level trainers are there under various domains, and district resource persons, how many are there, that details also you can get here. And also how many availed the seed capital from the SSG members, how many beneficiaries are trained. All these data are available in this web portal itself. And another option here, once you become the master trainer, no, you can plan your training activities, like various options are here. Anyway, you will be getting a training for this also, how to plan your trainings and how to log in your registered mail IDs, and then you can plan for the training activities also. This is the incubation component I was telling. So total incubation center sanctioned 76. For almost 205.95 crores incubation centers were sanctioned. For incubation center application also, you have to apply through this portal only. But anyway, it is temporarily closed. Now another important feature which I wanted to show is the training material under ODOP. So you can see here all the 9 food domains like fruits and vegetable, dairy, bakery, grain, spice, fish, fat and oil seeds, meat, poultry, minor forest produce. So if you click any one option, you can see the various products here. Okay. and under each product there will be various options. Suppose Goa juice means PowerPoint presentation on Goa juice processing, demonstration video in different languages, packaging PPT, food safety and FSSAI regulations PPT, and a model DPR is also there apart from the reading material. So this model, anything you wanted to download means you can give your email, name and phone number, then you will get that model DPR. So what you can do, you can customize this and then you can go for your own DPR preparation also. If you don't know how to prepare a DPR, you can do like this also. Okay, and then another option is like we are conducting ODOP webinar series, okay, on various props. So all these webinar series are uploaded here. So anybody who couldn't attend these webinars during that time, they can even go to this recorded options and they can attend that things also. Then the scheme guidelines, like what are the various OIMs released software, what are the guidelines for each scheme, all these things are given under this PMFME portal. So anybody can make use of these facilities at any time. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, you can just.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box. We will take the questions right now.
Most of you may be aware about this scheme now because it is already 4 years. You may be involved indirectly or directly with the scheme activities also. So I think it's familiar to most of you. So any doubt, you can refer to this scheme guideline option in the website, in our website or in the ministry website also. So Priya, maybe you can.
The question, yes, ma'am. There is no question.
You can go to the next session. Okay.
Thank you.